The Edo period marked the last shogunate in Japanese history, and was composed of 15 shoguns over the course of 250 years. Founded by Tokugawa Ieyasu, the Tokugawa shogunate successfully left the emperor without real political power until its fall in 1867. Within the 15 shoguns that ruled, excluding Ieyasu, 3 shoguns stood out: Iemitsu, Iesada, and Iemochi. Tokugawa Iemitsu, the third Tokugawa shogun, contributed the most to Japan's isolation for about 200 years. He increased the persecution of Christians and expelled all foreigners other than a select few Chinese and Dutch merchants. He was also one of the harshest, as he forced his younger brother Tadanaga to commit suicide so he could rise to the throne. He also practiced shudo, a samurai practice in which an older samurai engaged in a pederastic relationship with a younger samurai, acting as a partner and mentor. This leads to another example of his coldness, as Iemitsu killed his lover, Sakabe Gozaemon, in a bathtub. Tokugawa Ieyasu, the 13th Tokugawa shogun, was interesting because he marked the beginning of what is known as the Bakamatsu period, which was basically the decline of the Tokugawa shogunate. Ieyasu was known to be physically and mentally incompetent to rule, so Japan was administered by his senior advisor, Abe Masahiro. During the first year of his rule, the American Commodore, Matthew Perry, arrived in Japan. Perry wanted to open the gates of Japan to the United States as a coaling base for steamboats to refill their coal supply. Tokugawa Iemochi, the 14th Tokugawa shogun, had one of the hardest reigns because of the turmoil caused by Perry's forceful opening of Japanese ports. This weakened the shogunate even more than during Ieyasu's reign. The Tokugawa shogunate died with Yoshinobu, the 15th Tokugawa shogun. Thus began the Meiji Restoration, bringing Emperor Meiji into power. The Boshin War followed, as the new administration faced the followers of the old Tokugawa regime. This war was often called bloodless because of the quick surrender of the Tokugawa rebels in June of 1869. As the new government was terrified of being seen as too weak to fight off Western forces, the administration organized missions to the West led by Iwakura Tomomi, the head of state, to study Western ideas of banking, schools, and political systems between the years of 1871 to 1873. They even brought back Westerners called Yatoi to build railroads, teach English, and teach science. The vast amount of westernization scared many Japanese, so the government took advantage of this and called for a rise in nationalism. At school, students frequently recited their loyalty to their country and emperor in the form of the imperial rescript on education. The government even went as far to create national holidays to make people more aware of their culture, and to even more heighten the sense of nationalism. Public expression of nationalism gave the emperor a sovereign and almost religious spot in society. The westernization also led to Japan emerging as a major world power, as they emerged victorious in the Sino-Japanese and Russo-Japanese wars. Both wars were fought in Eastern Asia, the Sino-Japanese War in Korea and the Russo-Japanese War in Manchuria. This proved important for Japan's reputation as they became the first Asian country to defeat a modernized European country.